Managing Welcome to Prospect, the technical director of this very show, and friend as we talk about board games from the perspective of Magic the Gathering players. Prospect, welcome.
Thanks for having me, or maybe not for dragging me in front of the camera.
Yeah, I mean, get back to the... so we've played Magic for quite a while, since M13, Return to Ravnica, which was about 10 years ago. Can you tell us a little bit about, why you like Magic, or why you liked Magic?
Well, Magic was a good, fun hobby. For a similar reason that board games is a good, fun hobby. It's something that you would play with other people at a physical place with physical cards. It also, again, like board games, it scratched an itch of collecting. Collecting in itself is a fun hobby, and Magic facilitated that. But another great thing about Magic that really clicked was that it was customizable. Like, there's so many different cards, so many different strategies, so many different ways to build, so many different general strategies that you can approach the game from. That just made it a really robust, fun game.
I guess there's also the different formats of Magic have a distinct play style within them. That the way that you play Standard is different to Modern. The way you play Modern is different to EDH or Commander. And that's sort of not only the style of play, but also the amount of players. You're playing Legacy, you're playing Modern, you're playing 1v1, you're playing Commander. It's a 3, 4, 5 player slugfest.
And I'd even go further to say, beyond the formats is the sort of character archetype idea. The reason you play this kind of strategies. You might know what I'm talking about with the Timmy, Johnny, Spike, and Vorthos was, I think, one they added. Just different archetypes of players of why and how they play their games, whether it's super competitive, whether it's super casual, super janky, super thematic. The Magic facilitated that and allowed those kinds of players to all play together in the same space.
Which I think definitely has a crossover. You see different board games that you can play them in, okay, we're gonna have fun, or no, we're gonna be cutthroat and we're gonna be competitive, or no, this is a really story-driven game and I'm really gonna get invested in that, or it's not at all. So we were playing Magic quite a lot, often going to Friday Night Magic in the city, playing at different events and tournaments. We played in some GPs, and then sort of as the years went along, I got into Legacy a bit more and I liked that, and then I started not being able to attend as many events. And then my interest started to wane a little bit more.
Well, yeah, I had a similar experience, similar timing, because we were invested in the game. We were keeping track with the current lore. We were keeping track with the current meta, and we were playing regularly enough.
I did not. My only investment in lore in Magic was occasionally reading flavor text. That's it.
All right, lore up to a point.
Yeah.
When it was good. Which was many years ago. But anyway, we were invested in the meta. We were up to date with the current sets. We knew what was what. And because we were playing regularly, I was doing Friday Night Magic every single week, and then occasionally I started doing Commander on Wednesdays as well. So I was playing Magic twice a week. And yeah, as sets came out, you would watch the spoiler system. You'd read every card. You would theory craft where it goes in and where it doesn't. And then the pandemic hit, and we weren't able to do that. We weren't able to keep up. We wasn't able to stay invested, and it was slowly drifted away. Sets come out, spoiler says it happens, and you just sort of, you're probably not actually going to play with the cards unless you play online, which, for me at least, defeats the point of Magic. So we started to lose that investment and started just drifting away from the game. And it'd be years and sets, and it's just like, I don't even really feel like catching up with the new one, because, again, that investment's just gone. At least the mental investment.
Yeah, I mean, I think I waned a little bit before the pandemic, but I was sort of not playing as much. But I definitely get I'm not a big fan of the digital Magic products, which is Arena, but also Magic Online. I know some people love it, and there's obviously a convenience factor. But yeah, I didn't get the same experience. Or even just the physical nature of sort of shuffling cards and being like, what have I drawn, was often very exciting.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a lifestyle game. Like there's a bunch of them. Warhammer's another one. The living card games are a third option. There's other miniature games where you know, they take up a lot of time and commitment, money, but they often are very deep and can give a lot of enjoyment. But once you're sort of not as the rolling nature of that, you're starting to go, oh, isn't it great that everything you need is in this box? Not this one. This is an expansion. But you get what I'm trying to say. That the fact that you can be like, this is the whole experience, became very interesting to me, and it started scratching the same itch that Magic had of playing games with others. But then you could start just being like, here's the game.
I think you're even underselling it by saying that is the whole experience, because that's an experience, and then the one underneath it's a different experience, and the one underneath is a different experience, and especially with the sort of board gaming renaissance, when board gaming became more than just Monopoly and Cluedo.
Well, I mean,
it just sort of.
I mean, we say that, but like, we're friends, but we're in the same circles for a long time, but we're have other friendship groups as well. But like, I think we've really got deep into board games the last couple of years.
No,
it's been decades that board games have been like really.
Yeah, but it's the same sort of thing. Like we've only been in it for what 6 months, a year, if that.
Probably a little bit more than that, but yeah.
Yeah. But it's just the same sort of thing with Magic, where it's just so expansive. There's so many different board games, there's so many different strategies, there's so many different ways to play the game, there's so many different art styles, there's so many different all those things. So you just have that sense of immersion within the hobby. The hobby is deep enough, the hobby is wide enough that you can basically explore it forever. And always find something new and interesting to do, which is what deck building in Magic was like. And now I have deck building in board games as well. So even within an individual board game, all that stuff applies again.
Board games is an exciting world, and I'm keen to keep exploring it. Thank you, Prospect.
No worries.